Hello, it's Friday afternoon. It's 2:30. So I'm just about finished work, which is awesome. So I've got a little bit to do. But oh God, Daisy's just hit me. Oh, Daisy cuddle. Hi, baby. Oh, that was a little squeaky. Okay. So obviously Daisy's very glad to have me back. Anyway, so what I thought I'd do sort of moving forwards, I think, is probably do like weekend vlogs. So obviously I did one which I will upload over the weekend of me sort of being away with work. They're few and far between, and I don't know whether or not they'll be of like real value long term and moving forwards. But I thought if I do them, not every weekend, it depends what I've got on, but some weekends, and then we can sort of keep in touch base. Obviously there'll be crafting, there'll be stitching progress that I'll be able to share with you during the course of the weekend, I think. So I thought I'd start the first one now. So I'm almost finished work. As I said, I'll have to check my emails by about 5:30 just to make sure that everything's above board and signed off. But other than that, I'm almost done. So I am going to go shopping. So having been in pretty static for nearly a week in head office, in a hotel, eating far too much, I'm feeling really, really bloated, lethargic. So I need to get a handle on the diet, and not diet from the perspective of not eating food, but just what I am eating and making sure I'm keeping myself healthy. Food shop done. So I've got all the bits and pieces that I need here to make 4 different types of food. So I'm going to do batch cook bolognese. A bolognese sauce anyway. I'm going to do chili, some vegetable soup, and also some fish cakes. So I've got everything that I need. So obviously I've got my corn mince for both the chili and the bolognese sauce. I've got my fish there that I'm going to put into the fish cake. So I've got some cod loin, and then I also got some mackerel just so I can get my oily fish in. And then loads of potatoes, loads of veg. I've got some sweet potatoes in there to stop me eating so much pasta and rice, because obviously I'll have that instead as a jacket potato than rice or pasta. Leeks there for my soup. I've got my spices there for the bolognese and the chili. Oh, I've got some frozen fruit that'll do for the breakfast that I'm going to make. So I'm going to do that with the vanilla yogurt and some granola. And then I've got just my regular zero fat yogurt that I sometimes have with granola as well. Bought the Ryvita stuff, so I've got the chia seed one, and then some like corn or rice cakes with some zero, like Philadelphia. Got my apples because I got into apples while I was away. And then there's like a little bit of naughtiness here because you have to, don't you? So these are on offer at the minute in Tesco, the dairy milk and the dairy with the nut in. So they'll start to come in. Plus, I'm thinking, I don't mind just having the odd bit of chocolate here and there, but if I open a bar, then I'm going to eat it all. And then I've got some of these little popcorn rather than crisps, and then I got this Biscoff stuff, so these little Lotus biscuits. They're really nice. So if you just fancy something sweet with a coffee, something like that, because rather than the Tesco's cookies that I have. So the spuds are on, ready for the fish cakes. I've done plenty. I'm not sure how many this will make. If I need more fish, I've got some salmon that's frozen in the freezer. So I'm going to prep my spring onions and the fish now. so I've mashed the potato, I've added some lemon juice to the potato, and I've put in the spring onions. So I only used one packet of spring onions. So I've just divided it between 2 pans because obviously I'm going to do 1 cod and 1 mackerel. So I'm going to go ahead and mix the fish, and then we're going to make some fish cakes. So they're all ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in individual freezer bags and just mark them with exactly what they are. And oh, Daisy's hungry, aren't you? So there's a couple of little smaller ones there, so they're going to be Daisy's. Yeah, so I'm going to cook them up for Daisy tonight, and she can have one with me because Daisy likes fish, don't you? You do. So yeah, I'm gonna get those cooked up and freeze the rest. So I'm just gonna roll these in plain flour. So the ones I'm going to cook tonight, I'm going to roll in plain flour and just put into a frying pan for, you know, just to brown each side off. Just for a few minutes, just fry them in a bit of olive oil, and then they're going in the oven just for 10 minutes just to cook through. There we go, they're all ready to eat. So I've got one of each and a nice little side salad. Daisy's little fish cakes in her bowl waiting, and then there's a spare one there which she can have over the next couple of days or so. So I'm going to have this tidy the kitchen. I need to get those in the freezer, the other ones, and then I need to clean up this hot mess and put this back to its normal tidy self. So it's about 9:15 and I've just sat down with Lily. So she's on my lap stand now, so just to give you a bit of an idea of where I am so far. Let me just move my little needle minder off. Tinkerbell. That's where I am at the moment. So I'm just going to see what progress I make on her tonight. I just fancy... Here's Daisy. Oh, God. Hi. I just fancy stitching something a little bit different to the reindeer tonight, so we'll see what progress we make. So I'll catch up with you later. Take care. Bye-bye. Well, you need to let me have it so I can at least throw it for you. You're very rough, Daisy. You are, though. Feel for my fingers. Let me have it. Oh, oh, oh. You're rough, Days. Hello, it's midnight. So I didn't get a chance to stitch anymore. Daisy wanted to play, so I've been entertaining Daisy for a while. But this is my progress this evening. So I've done a fair bit of work down here, filling in some of the detail, and then obviously working around there. So this is the bottom of a dress actually, so I've kind of hit the bottom in and around this area. So not an awful lot more to do down here, and then I guess we're back sort of up this way to her arms, her wings and head. So I'll be heading on up the page shortly. So I'm going to pick this back up again in the morning, I think, for a little while perhaps. I'm going to go to bed now just so I don't sleep in too late tomorrow. I've got a fair bit to do. So yeah, I will catch you in the morning. Take care. Sleep well. Morning, it's breakfast time. So I am making fruit yogurt sundaes this morning. So I have got some granola, I've got some zero fat vanilla yogurt and some defrosted frozen fruits. This is just summer berries. So I'm just going to layer these up into this dish and create a nice little breakfast thing. There we go, nice and healthy and really, really easy. Yummy, yummy. Hello. Sorry, you're going to have to excuse me today. I'm just grabbing my coffee. It's It's a makeup-free day, I'm afraid, so apologies if people think we're having an early Halloween. But yeah, no, I'm just having, excuse all the clothes that are hanging on the back of my staircase here. I'm still unpacking. My suitcases at the top of the stairs in front of me there. I haven't even properly unpacked since I came back from London. So I'm just going to quickly head into my office because I do have, open the door, a vlog that I did while I was down there that I just want to edit to get up this afternoon. So I'm just going to edit that, and yeah, and then I've got housework to do, which you don't want to see, so I won't be showing you that. And then I will sit down to stitch a little bit later on this afternoon. So I want to work on Lily for a little bit longer today because I was really enjoying that last night. So I want to do a bit more Lily, and then I will swap that out for the reindeer somewhere along the line this evening. So yeah, I'll catch you in a little bit. Daisy, sit. You're gonna have a treat. You went there. You've got a feather on your nose, Daisy. Stay. Right, wait. Take it nicely, gentle. Good girl. Right, so I'm sitting now. It's about 2:30. I'm just going to stitch for a little while. So I've got Daisy who's trying to fight her way onto my knee. Daisy, stay there. So on my knee is my stitching. So this is my Lily by Nora Corbett. So I'm going to work on her maybe for a couple of hours. Daisy, back off. So I've got all of my bits and pieces on the table here. I've got my coffee ready to go, and I am watching Coronation Street. How sad is that though, on catch up, because I didn't get to see any of it this last week gone because obviously I was away. So yeah, I'm just going to sit here and work on Lily for a couple of hours. Then I need to Daisy. Then I need to go in the gym. I need to cook some bolognese sauce, and then I'm going to switch this out for the reindeer. So yeah, there'll be more stitching later on, but obviously a different project. So I'll come back in a little while and show you how I'm getting on with this. I'll catch you soon. This little tinker's just pinched my chair. Are you going to let me sit back down so I can do my stitching? Are you? I think you're really cheeky, Daisy. You're cheeky. You're going to have to move. That's my seat. That's my seat, Daisy. Oh, it's going to be a battle of wills then, is it? Is it a battle of wills? Yeah? Ah ha ha! I won! Hello, it's almost 4:30. I've been stitching for about 1 hour and 40, so this is my progress. So I'll put in a little picture of where I was before I started stitching. So, as you'll be able to see, I have pretty much finished off all of this section. There's a couple of stitches to go in here and round there, and I've got to come back in and put 3 in there. But once that's done, the whole bottom section of a dress is complete. So I've done kind of a lot of work around here, and then I've also started up here now. So I just loaded up my needle, and then I thought, well, actually, do you know what, this is a good place to stop, because I've just moved the fabric, well, I'm about to move the fabric on the hoop. So I'm going to not load it back on, because obviously I don't want it getting sort of squished. So I'm just going to put it back in its bag, and sadly I'm going to have to call it a day with Lily. I'm really enjoying it. It's just a little bit different, isn't it, to stitch on a different piece, but I am going to have to get the reindeer back out this evening. So the plans are, I'm going to go on the treadmill for half an hour or so. I'm going to get myself all showered and sorted, going to wash my hair, and then I need to do some cooking. So I'm going to do the bolognese sauce tonight. So I'm going to cook dinner, and then I will be having an evening with the reindeer and this little one who's snuggly in there, aren't you? Not very happy because she's not on my knee, but still sleepy, aren't you, Days? Yeah. Anyway, I'll catch you soon, guys. Take care. I'm feeling all virtuous after my run, so I'm all showered and warm and relaxed. So I'm going to start cooking some bolognese sauce. So I have my garlic, so I'm going to crush some garlic into it with onion. I've got my corn mince. I've got some mushrooms here. I'm going to put in a couple of peppers as well. I've got my tin of tomatoes down there. I've got some tomato puree, then obviously I'll make some vegetable stock. I do have my spices in the cupboard. I've got basil and oregano and some mixed herbs to go in here as well. And then I have got sweet potato, so I'm going to do a sweet jacket potato with this, just as a bit more of a healthy alternative to pasta for a change. So yes, I'm going to be making this, and then I'll show you how I progress a little bit later. So I've got my little watcher down here, so no doubt Daisy will be getting some bolognese sauce, won't you? Because Daisy likes stuff like this, don't you? Anything. She's such a fussy eater. She really is a fussy eater, aren't you? You are. So we're going to do that for you, aren't we? Yes. Oh, it's ready and it's served and I'm so hungry. So sweet potato, jacket and some bolognese sauce on top. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm just letting Daisy's cool down in her bowl and we'll get her some food. Would you look at that? So I'm assuming by the debris, Daisy, that you don't like mushrooms, huh? Well, I didn't know that about you. Seeing as though you spread them all over my kitchen floor. Now there's a mess for me to clean up in a minute, isn't it? Yeah? Please don't trample in them. Go easy, Tiger, don't trample in them. Good girl. It's 7:30, so I'm all washed up and sitting here with my reindeer, so I'm about to start stitching on him. So what more could I want? I've got my Daisy tucked in here, aren't I? Daisy, who doesn't eat mushrooms. I don't know how I didn't know that about her. I'm sure she's had mushroom before, but not tonight anyway. And plus it was corn mince, and she's had like regular mince for a while anyway. Obviously this, me not eating meat has not been, it's been a fairly recent change, probably maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I just cut out all meat. I still eat fish, but for Daisy this is something a little bit different, isn't it? You moving to the other side. So anyway, back to stitching. So just to give you a bit of an idea where I am, this is my progress to date. So I've no idea where this will end up this evening. Obviously I'm intending to stitch for quite a while, but I've no idea what progress I'll make, but I'll no doubt be back to give you a few updates or a couple of updates throughout the rest of the evening. So I'll catch up with you soon. So it's about 9:30. I'll put in a picture of where I was before I started, just so you can get an idea of where I am. So I've been really busy around this section here. I think I've put in quite a lot of work around there in this last hour and a half. I'm really pleased with that progress. I had to go off and find a 932 DMC out of my stash. I don't know where that had gone. Probably the same place as my Hunter Green, so I'm going to have to revisit my stash to see if I can find that. But I think it's coming together really well, so I'm pleased with the progress. So I'm going to go and get myself a coffee and continue to stitch for another couple of hours. So I'll probably come back just before I go to bed. Let me just turn you around here. So Daisy's fast asleep next to me. She must be dreaming. Her little paw was twitching. Oh, look at that little one. You know I'm talking about you, don't you? You know. Oh gosh. She's just rolled over for a belly rub. Oh, Daisy. Every bit of attention revolves around the old belly rub, doesn't it? You are a funny wee soul. See, Daisy loves the belly rubs, don't you? Daisy does. Anyway, what I had got the phone for to show you was the stitchy progress. So I am delighted with my stitchy never mind, just wait a minute. Just wait. With my stitchy progress this evening. So I've stitched for about, I don't know, 3.5 hours or so. So it's about 11:30 now. So I'm going to go to bed soon. But I have filled in so much of this area here and up at the top. It's really starting to come together now. So I'll put in a picture of where I was before just to give you a bit of an idea of how much I've got done. But yeah, really good session. So I'm looking forward to pick this up again tomorrow and spend the vast majority of the day on this. I think it's a stitchy weekend for sure. Hey up, I'm being harassed the other way now. Yeah, gosh, look at her with the head in. Yeah, there's a hint. We're going to go to bed then. We're going to say night night. Say night night. Come on then, missus. Let's go to bed. I'll catch you in the morning. Take care, guys. Bye bye. Hi, it's now Sunday, so it's just a little after 12. So I've had a bit of a lazy morning, which has been really nice. I did a little tiny bit of stitching, so I worked on the reindeer for about maybe half an hour, 40 minutes, so not a lot. But I do want to get back to that later. But I am going to go and visit... God, I've got Daisy on me. I'm going to go and visit my parents because my dad's not very well. He's got shingles, so he's not doing very well at all. So I'm going to go and see him. And then come back, stitch, really. I do also want to film like a review on my lap stand. Sorry, bear with me. Lap stand. So I've been getting quite a lot of questions through YouTube and also through my Instagram account about how I'm finding the stand and kind of you know my thoughts and opinions on it. So I do want to do a short upload on that because it's going very well, and I think it's an alternative to some of the larger you know floor stands and also some of the more expensive lap frames as well. So I mean it's relatively inexpensive, but it's also working really well and I love it. So I want to share that with people as well. The other thing is obviously I need to cook a chili later, but other than that I'm gonna have like another quite lazy day. So this is turning out to be like a really good stitchy weekend, which is exactly what I wanted. I want to really progress with my reindeer. That's come on leaps and bounds. I really felt as though like that stint I did yesterday was good. So I do want to capitalise on as much time as I can this weekend. Luckily for me, next week I'm not away with work. Yes. So I've got a home week. Obviously I'm working, I'm out with my team, but yeah, I'll have my evenings to stitch. So, you know, the focus will be to get finished home from work and then crack on with that for a few hours a night. So I want to get that page finished, ideally. This is a lofty goal. I want to have that page finished by the end of the week if I can. Obviously, I do have next weekend as well. I might end up going to the static for that, we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say good morning, hello. Daisy probably wants to say hello too. No? I'm going to see if my parents are up for a visit from her as well. Might not because she's a bit boisterous, so I'll see how my dad's feeling. And then we may or may not take Daisy. So I'll catch you a little bit later for more stitching. Take care. Bye bye. Hello. So I've stitched for about an hour and a half. It's about 6 o'clock. I'll put in a picture of where I was. But I feel like I've made some really, really good progress. So this is, around here is the end of the page. So obviously I've feathered through onto this last little partial section. But I mean, I think that's quite good going. So yeah, I mean, obviously there's a lot to fill back in. So there's another colour a symbol I've just threaded my needle, well, pulled out the thread for, which sort of comes around here. So, I mean, I think that I'm making some really good progress on this. So I'm going to cook the chili now and then, yeah, sit and stitch for the rest of the evening, really. So I've got my ingredients out ready for my chili. This is a recipe that I've got off the BBC Good Cooking or Good Cook website. So if it's any good, I'll link it below, but it's the first time I've made it this way. So I've got my oil to fry. I've got garlic, I need 2 cloves of that and an onion. I've got my corn mince substitute. It needs brown red pepper, but I've got a spare half that's sort of been lingering in the fridge for a little while, so I'm going to chop that in as well. I've got a tin of kidney beans, I've got some tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, tomato puree, vegetable stock cube, and then I've got my spices. So this requires marjoram, paprika, chili powder, but only a small amount for me, and some ground cumin. So I'm going to crack on and get this cooked. Hey guys, it's about 11:30. I'm going to head off to bed, but before I go, don't be cheeky. Don't be cheeky. Let me just show the guys this. Let me just show them. Daisy, you've got too much to say for yourself. So, this is my stitching progress for this evening. Alright, just wait your turn. You've got far too much to say for yourself. So you can really see the progress is astonishing. So this is on to like the very last page. So I've done quite a bit over the last few hours. I'm really, really pleased with this. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm really keen to Daisy. I'm really keen to pick it back up tomorrow. So before Daisy, I'm going to just calm down a little bit now. I will love you and leave you all. Thank you so much for keeping me company this weekend. It's been really nice hanging out with you and sharing my progress with you. So I'm sure you will agree this is well on the way now for a finish. So I'd like to get all of this page done this week. That's my goal. You know, obviously I'll allow myself the weekend for that as well, but yeah, I want to try and get some of these stitches that need filling in done as well. So I'm going to continue working on this for the next few days, and I'll catch up with you maybe next weekend. Take care. Bye.